Hey everyone, this is Lisa from Life in Layouts, and today I am so excited to be sharing what I got from Scrapbook Supply Outlet. I can't wait to show you what's in this box. They did have on their website this Doodlebug Collection Zoo Value Bundle, but unfortunately Doodlebug was not able to fulfill that. However, I did also pick up 4 petite print collections, so I am excited to restock my stash. I love that they include these little handwritten thank you messages, as well as they did have to refund this, and again, another super sweet handwritten note. This is the second time that I have ordered from them, and both times I have gotten a coupon with a coupon code, and I think that is very generous. And then they also have free shipping for orders over $50. So let's talk a little bit about the collection packs from Doodlebug Petite Prints. I've mentioned this before, about a year ago, or maybe a little over a year ago now, when I came to truly understand Doodlebug Petite Prints and how they coordinate with the collections. I knew that I had to have all of them. So I mentioned this in the podcast, but at one point I told my mom, this is what I want for my birthday. I want all the Doodlebug Petite Prints. It was like $100, and I was able to get every color, which there's 24 colors in the Doodlebug Petite Prints, and I was able to get multiple different patterns. I think the patterns that I ended up with was the floral, which has the grid on the back, the linen, and the checkered, which this is my favorite, and then the polka dot and the stripe, and then also the double polka dots. So the white background with the colored polka dot, and then the colored background with the white polka dots. So these were the 4 that I got in all 24 colors. And then every time I do purchase a new Doodlebug collection, I always pick up the collection pack that matches that collection. So for like this one would be Butterfly Kisses. I was starting to get low on some colors from Doodlebug, and I knew it was time to kind of replenish that. What I would love to see from Doodlebug, which I have actually sent them a request, and I would hope that they take that into consideration. So what I would love to see is a pack by color. So there are 2 ways to purchase the Doodlebug Petite Prints. So you can purchase them by collection, where they bring in the colors that they're using for that collection. You can purchase those much larger packs that have all 24 colors, and then you only get 1 pattern in that 24 color. So like I said, if you purchase the linen and the gingham, you would get 24 sheets of this pattern. I would love to see a pack, whether it is 12 pattern papers or 24, where I get 1 color. So I would love to be able to purchase Swimming Pool and get every pattern of Swimming Pool. So let's see how many patterns Doodlebug has. We've got this polka dot with the stripe. We've got the floral and the grid. We've got the gingham and the linen. We've got the stripes and the polka dots. We got the double polka dots. And then we've got this polka dot with the larger gingham plaid color, right? So that's 5 different patterns that Doodlebug has. So I would love to see like a 20 pack where I would get 2 of each pattern, all in Swimming Pool or all in Tangerine. So if Doodlebug, if you are listening to this video, I have put in a request for it. I would love to be able to restock just 1 color and get all the patterns that are available. So let's see what I got. I picked up the Butterfly Kisses mainly because I needed some more blue and green, and I also could always use pink. I don't dive into this quite a bit. I will show you what I have left when I do put these each one away. I also picked up the Summer Fun. Guys, Swimming Pool is my favorite. It's always going to be my favorite. And if I can find a package that has the Swimming Pool, I'm going to absolutely grab it. So this one has the Swimming Pool plus the blue jean, which I'm also running kind of low on. And then this one has the more orange and yellow, which from that summer layout that I created with Simple Stories, I know that I am low on my yellow and orange as well. The Be Happy one, I picked this one up because of the black and white. Of course, I'm gonna have the swimming pool as well. And then for the green, I don't have a lot of the Limeade, so of course I'm gonna need that. And then going back to that yellow and orange, always need some yellow and orange. And then I also picked up the Oh What Fun, again for the blues and greens, and then also that yellow. I store my Doodlebug Petite Print in one of these larger 12 by 12 containers. I got mine from Hobby Lobby a long time ago. I don't think that they carry them anymore. This was not the Hobby Lobby brand, and I don't know if they brought in a Hobby Lobby brand. If I can find it, I will link it below for you guys. I also label everything because I love a good label. So this one has Doodlebug Petite Prints. And then inside of this container, I have these smaller envelopes. I picked these up on Amazon. Again, having the label on it so I know what color's in it. And inside here, I'm able to keep my full 12 by 12s as well as the scraps that are in this color, so I can always pull from here. So when I'm working on a Doodlebug collection, I'm always gonna start with the petite print assortment that matches. But sometimes maybe I only have one sheet of this pattern in the cupcake. I'm gonna come to my stash here and be able to pull out a second piece. So I have all 24 colors, and each one of them have their own individual sleeve. I also like to save the inserts that are in here. So this is that pack that I was telling you about where you got 24 pieces of paper, you got every single color, and then this one was the gingham and linen. I also got the dots and stripes, the floral and the graph, and then the rainbow pack of the Swiss dots. Apparently I've also purchased a second gingham and linen pack. And then this was the other one that I bought where I got it just for having extra pieces. This is the I Love Travel, which I don't own this collection, but I needed some of those papers. So what I'm gonna do now is I am going to take these all out of the packaging and I'm going to put them by color so then I can go put them away. So I'm going to do that off camera and I'll come back and show you guys with them all separated by color. All right, so now I have them all by color and I am actually pretty surprised that I didn't get a lot of repeated patterns. When I was picking these out, I was really paying more attention to the colors in them, but not the patterns. So let's see exactly what I ended up getting with these 4 packs of Petite Prints. The first color that I got was Ladybug, and I got the Swiss dots as well as the candy stripes and sprinkles. This is the one that I have not seen available except for in the Petite Print assortments that go with a collection. I have not been able to purchase the candy stripes and sprinkles, so excited that I got that one. And I do want to point out, we talked about this in our podcast about how it is really hard to match colors if they're not done at the exact same time. So you can see that both of these are ladybugs, but they are different colors. And then looking in my previous ladybug colors, we can see that even all of these colors that are supposed to be exactly the same do have some variation in them. But I am surprised to see that the Swiss dots that I just purchased and the Swiss dots that I already had in my collection are pretty close. There is a little bit of a variation, but not by much. So I'm glad that I now have 2 sheets of this. And I think that's the only piece that I still have 2 sheets of. The next color that I got was Lemon, and I ended up with 2 of the floral and the graph, 1 of the candy stripes and sprinkles, 1 of the dots and stripes, and 1 of the plaid and polka dots. And then let's see what I have in my collection already. I have lots of scraps of the lemon. It is one of my favorite colors as well. It's just such a pretty yellow. So I've got now another floral, and you can see that it is a little bit different. I've got another stripes and dots, and that one is vastly different. And that was it, because the other one that I have is the wood grain and the plaid, and then the dots and stripes as well. Actually, this is the same as this one. Sorry. So now those 2 are the same, but it is different than that one. It's interesting that these 3 florals are all different colors. Let's see if I move this one so that one's closer. Nope, definitely all 3 different colors. So when I talk about printing at home and how color variations can happen when you print at home, like your papers are not going to look the same as mine, it is a very difficult thing to match papers. All right, let's see what we got with the Bumblebee. So the new ones that I got were the gingham and the linen, the polka dot and the plaid, a Swiss dot, buffalo check and the wood grain, which wood grain is my favorite, and another floral and grid. And then let's see what I have already to add to it. Again, lots of scraps. I know everyone is different in regards to how they store their things, but this way works so well for me because I'm able to just pop in here, pull out any of these scraps that I may need, especially if I'm wanting like a smaller piece for a Doodlebug layout and I don't want to cut into a 12 by 12, I can come here for my scraps. So for my full size, I only had 4 left. That was the wood grain, the linen, the floral, and the Swiss dots. So let's take a look at this floral, very different. Wood grain, also very different. My plaid over here, those are pretty close to each other. And then the Swiss dots, again, very different. Our next color is tangerine, and I actually only got 2 of those, both of those being dots. So I've got the Swiss dots and then the polka dot and the plaid. I do like this plaid better. This is another one that I haven't been able to find in the big 24 pack. So I'm always glad when I'm able to get those in the smaller packs. This is another one that I have a ton of scraps with. If you guys watched my beach layout, you'll know my struggles with this tangerine paper that is in this floral and not being able to get it done right. So this one I knew I did not have a lot of, so I'm kind of sad that I didn't get more than just 2 pieces. But I have now 2 of the dots and stripes, and that is it. The next one is Limeade, and I was able to get the Swiss dots, the gingham, 2 of those, the plaid and polka dot, which again, liking the plaid more, and then also the candy stripes and sprinkles. And I got 2 of those as well. For this petite print, this is the one that I gutted and then realized I didn't have 2 of the stripes in 12 by 12. On my own stash, I have another linen. I do have a Swiss dots here. So I have 2 of those, but they are 2 different colors. I have another one of the candy stripes and sprinkles, and floral, which I did not have in the new pack. So I feel like I am starting to bulk up these, and I am super excited about it because I do use these a lot in my Doodlebug layouts, but also in other layouts as well. I just love the versatility of these colors. The next one is citrus, and I only got 2 of those. That would be the gingham and the sprinkles. Lots of scraps in this one as well. That's a full size. Nope, that's not a full size. So now I have 3 gingham, and these 2 are pretty close together, but 3 different colors there. So I probably should start keeping track of the ones that I don't have a lot of, like this citrus, so that I can make sure that I am purchasing those colors if I can find them. Next is bubblegum, and we've got the dots and stripes, the polka dots and plaid, and the floral and grass. This is one that I don't use a lot. I do actually have quite a bit of the pink, but I feel like I need to start doing a lot more layouts with Nevea, so I'm probably going to be bringing in more pink colors, because I'll probably see a lot more pink in 2026. All right, so let's see what we got here. Actually, I only got 1 repeat, so adding to my collection here, I've got the dots and stripes, which are 2 different colors, and then I did not have these 2 at all. Next is Cupcake, and I got 4 new sheets of that, and you can see that the linen and plaid are not the same color. So let's see what we got here. Okay, so I've got another Swiss dots, which these are 2 different pinks. I got a plaid already, and these 2, well, actually no, I was saying these 2 are close, but not really. Got the dots and stripes, and then 2 buffalo, which I didn't get another one of those. So I do like this wood grain more than the buffalo. I really like more of the tone on tone as opposed to like the white and color, except for the stripes. I do kind of like the stripes a lot. Now, while these are 24 colors for Doodlebug, I do feel like sometimes you can still pull in this pink, because this pink is a pretty popular color for lots of companies. And so some of the ones that are the tone on tone, I feel like you can use with different collections. And then for my all-time favorite color, which is swimming pool, I ended up with 4 of those. I've got the Swiss dots, the buffalo check and wood grain, the dots and stripes, as well as the plaid and linen. This is one that I have so much of because it is absolutely my favorite color. I think it's just such a pretty blue. So let's see, these are my 4 new ones, and I don't have any repeats. Look at that. Look how different these 2 swimming pools are. Even the floral. Actually, the floral is a repeat, so I've got to turn them over. Got another one of the gingham and linen. This is a wood grain. Another one of the wood grains. And then my florals. So still don't have all of them in the swimming pool, but have lots of scraps that I can use as well. And I keep all my scraps. I don't mind these little pieces because you never know when you can pull them in. Maybe add just a little tiny piece to your layout. Especially my favorite color. I'm going to save all of it. Then we have pistachio. I got 4 new colors of those. One repeat, which is the dots and stripes. Got the floral and the gingham, and then the Swiss dots. And going into my collection, I am definitely good with the Swiss dots because now I have 4 of them. I have 3 of the florals and another one of the gingham and linen. Look how different those are. I don't know if you can tell or if my camera is picking that up, but that is a major difference in the color. Next is Bubble Blue, which I got 3 new ones, and I didn't get any repeats. So I have all new ones for my collection. Then we have Blue Jean, which I got 2 of those. And I'm just going to pull out my 12 by 12s. And I don't think I got a repeat of those at all either. So glad that I was able to pick up both of those. This is another color that I don't feel like is used a lot, but it's such a pretty blue. It's not quite navy, but it's almost like a real true blue. I only got 1 tangerine. Oh, actually, this tangerine is a leftover because I have already done tangerine. So looking at this real quick, I do not have this sprinkles and stripes, so excited about getting that one. I got 1 coral, which I don't have a lot of this one, but I really liked this color in that fall farmhouse line from Doodlebug. And you can see I only have 3 pieces of the coral. I don't think this is one that they use a lot of, but it is such a pretty color, especially in those falls. All right, 2 more. I have the Lily White, which this is one that I don't use a lot, and I feel like I probably should use it more. So I only have the gingham and linen in the Lily White in the full 12 by 12. So glad to be adding to this collection. And then my last one is Beetle Black, which is always good to have some blacks. I got 2 new ones. And for my 12 by 12s, let's see. I do have 2 of this one. These are the same, but look how different they are. Black, I feel like, is also one of those that it's so hard to match. So I've got 3 colors of black here. And then I don't think I have this stripes and sprinkles, so glad to have another one of those. I am super excited to be able to pick up 48 new sheets of Petite Prints from Doodlebug, all because of Scrapbook Supply Outlet. I do want to let you guys know that I do have a 15% off code for you guys that are available through the rest of the year. So if you are wanting to purchase your own Doodlebug Petite Prints or anything else in the store, you can get 15% off with my code LifeInLayouts15. I will put it on the screen here for you guys so that you can check it out. Go check out Scrapbook Supply Outlet. They have tons of things over there. I love supporting small businesses and helping them out as much as possible. And of course, we want to make sure that we keep any of our scrapbooking supplies in business. So make sure you go check out Scrapbook Supply Outlet. All right, if you enjoyed this video, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up, I'd really appreciate it. If you haven't done so already and want to see more double page layout inspiration using Doodlebug Petite Prints, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thanks everyone for watching, and I hope that you have a scrappy day.